And U.S. President Trump also expected to move ahead with a controversial decision to decertify the landmark Iran nuclear deal. So what does this mean? What are the global ramifications? Let's bring in Trita Parsi, founder and president of the National Iranian American Council. Trita, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So the Trump administration actually certified this deal twice. Now they've apparently decided to decertify it. What do you make of it? Why now?
Well, it shows the irrationality of the Trump administration. Twice they have certified, and let's also keep this in mind. The IAEA has certified the Iranians are living up to the agreement. Secretary Tillerson says the Iranians are living up to the agreement. Secretary Mattis says the Iranians are living up to the agreement. U.S. intelligence, Israeli intelligence, General Dunford, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, all say the Iranians are living up to the agreement. Yet, Trump wants to kill the deal by first decertifying it and then putting it in the hands of Congress.
So what's going to happen in Congress?
So Congress is not happy about this because this means that Congress will have to take a vote on imposing sanctions on Iran, which would violate the deal and would bring it to the brink of killing it, if not killing it outright. And it's easy for Congress to impose sanctions under normal circumstances where they don't have to own up to the consequences of their vote. But this vote will be as consequential as their vote in 2002 to give George Bush the authority to go to war with Iraq. And this is making a lot of members of Congress very nervous because they realize that Trump is trying to make sure that they are co-conspirators in this drama.
Let me just tell you what the Trump administration is saying. Of course, no secret that President Trump hates this deal. He's called it a disaster, the worst deal ever. They say it's flawed, and any kind of agreement should include ballistic missile program of Iran and Iran's destabilizing activities.
Well, this was negotiated over a course of more than 2 years. It was not just the U.S. and Iran. It was Iran, Russia, China, the EU, all of them together. And this is the best they could come up with because at the end of the day, in order to make sure that they could get a deal in which the P5+1 was united against Iran, they had to focus only on the issues where the P5+1 agreed. They don't agree on Syria. They don't agree on missile. So the United States is completely isolated on this issue. So the United States under Trump needs to grow up. Either it actually pursues international relations as a responsible power, respects its word and its signature or agreements, or it starts doing things like this, which ultimately will not isolate Iran, nor will it stop Iran's program, but rather really put the United States in a very, very weak and isolated position.
Can the deal essentially be killed if one party, the United States, pulls out?
If the United States pulls out, no. If the United States pulls out and reimposes sanctions, yes, that would kill the deal.
How much do you think, if the United States does go ahead with decertifying it and imposing sanctions, will this embolden the hardliners in Iran?
Of course. The hardliners in Iran from the outset said we're skeptical about these negotiations. We're okay with Rouhani moving forward, but we want to mention that we don't trust the Americans, and we believe the United States is going to renege on its word at some point. It's only been 2 years, and the hardliner narrative is starting to be vindicated inside of Iran. And inside of Iran, people who usually didn't buy into this very skeptical view of the United States are now starting to do so.
All right, we'll leave it there. Trita Parsi, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be watching this as President Trump's decision comes in the next few days. It could come as early as tomorrow.